So how do you finish what you start and conquer overwhelm? Welcome to another edition of Greatness Quest. I'm Trevor Crane, and I help people take their business and their lives to the next level. And what is it that really holds people back and keeps most people from following through? Now, I think the deal is that we have challenges and problems that stack like one on top of another. And so many of these problems and challenges, and they can be the problem and the obstacles that come up between us and the goal, or it can be other stuff. And sometimes it's the other stuff, it's the personal stuff, it's the things outside of our commitment that are stacking up, and it'll start to overwhelm us. And I know this happened to me this weekend. In fact, I've got 5 very distinct projects that I'm working on right now. And this weekend, I felt that overwhelm. The overwhelm of all these projects, like all the stuff that I need to do, and all the people that are supposed to be accountable to do these different things, and all the personal things that were coming in as well. And I started to feel frustrated. I started to feel overwhelmed. I didn't feel like I was making any progress. And I just had to stop. And I'll tell you what I did next. This is the first key. I went through a process called flooding. Now, what flooding is, and I learned this from my friend Tony Robbins, is you focus on all of the positive things that you have in your life instead of on all the overwhelm and on all the problems. So here's how it works. You ask yourself great questions instead of all the stuff, right? The questions are things like, what am I grateful for? And when you ask that question and answer it, you don't just list it, but you experience the emotion. Like you feel good and grateful for the fact that I'm married and I'm in love with my wife, and that I have great health, and how great it feels to have energy and vitality, and who in my life do I love, like my daughter and my friends and my family. And not just list those things again, but to feel how good it feels as a flooding exercise so it washes away all the junk, right? And you keep going. Who loves me? And you ask these great questions so you can flood all these positive emotions through and get rid of the junk and the overwhelm. So it gets your mind right. Now, here's another thing you can do that will help you follow through. The second thing is called measuring. Now, most people and many clients that I've had don't measure their progress. Like you set the goal that you're going to go from here to the top of the mountain. And I'm going to recommend that you measure your performance because it's going to go up and down, right? But if you're not keeping track, it can feel like maybe you're not making progress. Because have you ever done that? Like, you're on a journey from here to there, and you're just walking and walking. It doesn't feel like anything is ever changes. You ever gone on a long journey like that, and you look back and you're like, wow, look at the distance that I've gone. So if you're not tracking your performance, you can go ahead and instead be stuck on the path, on your journey, and just feel like, oh man, I still have so far to go. It doesn't feel like I'm getting any closer. And it can give you a lot of overwhelm. So I'll give you a couple of examples. For example, I actually exercise every day. And instead of just doing that, I'm tracking it. So I write down every single day. And today I have exercised more than 1,200 days in a row. So on any day I'm feeling down, or maybe I think my exercise wasn't enough that day, I can look at it and go, dude, that's awesome. Like I have 1,200 days in a row I've exercised and had the discipline every single day. But you can use this anywhere, like in any project, in any business, in any fitness goal that you have, or like my wife uses it with her clients, and she's known as the money and relationship coach. So she works with people in their relationships around their money and their honey is what she calls it. And what she does is she helps people track their money every single month. And most people don't look at their net worth. And she has a strategy that she has them get together every single month and focus on their money and look at it. And without fail, every client she's ever had that she focuses, and she does several things when she works with them, but just them looking at their money every month changes their money. In fact, they start saving more, their net worth grows, they make more money just by measuring and looking at it every month. So you don't have to do it daily, but at least do it monthly and set up a strategy for you to track your progress. Let's say you're even keeping a journal. Track your progress and capture some of your magic moments. Now, today's video is about how do you finish what you start and conquer overwhelm. So the first thing I gave you was how you clear the mind out so that you can be grateful and like you can get clear. And then if you're measuring your progress, that's going to help you tremendously. So let's talk about the third thing, and that is finishing what you start. I'm going to give you a great strategy here. You get it in 3 numbers, so write down 6, 3, 2. 6 words are Do one thing at a time. The 3 words are do it right, and the 2 words are finish it. And like this weekend, I found myself overwhelmed with 5 different projects I'm working on, a lot of people I need to communicate with, a lot of independent commitments I had made that I have to hold up to. And I went through this process. I flooded. I looked at the progress I'd made because I measure myself. And I had to go back and actually take some more steps and write some things down so I could celebrate my progress and see the measuring part. And then, when it came down to it, you have to pick one thing. Pick one thing at a time. Do it right and finish it. And you too can follow through, right? So there you go. So hopefully this was valuable for you today. And I challenge you to go out on your own greatness quest to become your personal best and to take your life and your dreams to the next level. And remember, as long as you're alive, you have the power to rise. So eyes up, chest up, step up, go out and make your dreams a reality. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Take your life.